I wonder how the light is for videotaping. Probably too dark, you think?
It looks good on the screen.
Okay,
But,
you're the expert.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so we're going to start, and these are the beginning movements in the sequence. So I'm going to share a general sequence with you, and we're going to start at the feet. Okay, are we recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start by just making some nice general contact with the person. Take a few breaths. And then we're going to scoot our legs up and lean back, give them some nice traction. So I'm holding on to their heels, aka calcaneuses. And my arms are extended, and it's my weight going back that's creating the stretch. So if your arms are bent like this, you're using your muscle strength, but we want to encourage using your body weight. And then we put legs down. And we're going to take the palms of our hands and go on the inside of their feet. And we're going to start doing this rocking compression. So my hands are relaxed and they're just fitting to the contour of the feet. So I'm going around the ankles and into the arches of the feet. That pressure's okay for you? Yes. And then the same movement here. So see, my weight is shifting from side to side. So it's definitely not a stagnant kind of thing. When we do the movement, we try to get our whole body involved. And the same rocking palmar compression turns into digital thumb compression. So I'm going to use my thumbs now and just apply some digital compression around the ankles and into the arches of the feet. And into the bottom or plantar surface of the feet. And then out to the toes where we're going to do a little traction. Or craction, that makes a noise. And then we're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale we're going to rotate the feet to one direction. So we're trying to move them in the same direction, but you have to pay attention to what resistance you're feeling, okay? So you don't want to compromise the person you're working on. So go here, and I'm starting to feel a resistance here on this foot, so I'm just going to hang out there. Just like when we're doing stretches, right?
Putting a lot of weight on your left.
Not so much. Just leaning in.
Okay.
It's not like I'm pressing, it's all leaning in. So. And then release, and inhale, and on the exhale. That's okay, no need to apologize, and she asked me. You're just going to hold this foot down here. And then we're going to stretch the retinaculum, or the connective tissue, at the ankles by putting one foot over the other. So the arch of one foot over the dorsal surface of the other, and just leaning in. Release. And the arch of the other foot over the dorsal surface. Leaning in. Release. And then we're just going to move into the individual legs. So we're going to lift the leg up. And we're going to slip our leg underneath their leg. So whatever leg you're working on, you slip your same leg underneath it. So right leg, right leg. And also too, this is here to support the knee so it doesn't hyperextend. And when you're in this position, you want to be right in line with the leg, not to the side, but right in line. And you want to have some space between the plantar or bottom surface of the foot and your torso. And we're going to grab a hold of the foot and inhale, and on the exhale we're going to do some more traction. So we're going to lean back. So gradually they're going to start to feel an opening in their this, that, and that. Like I said, ankle and knee. knee and hip. For some reason I said this, and this. Thanks. So nice traction. And back. And one more time. And then as we come up this time, we're going to go right into range of motion. That's range of motion. One way, then the other. So again, this isn't stagnant at all. So when you create motion in their body, your body's moving too. So it's not this, but it's more this. So you're using your body weight. And then we're going to rotate the foot. So this grip, we're going to curl underneath the arch or your thumb here, and we're going to inhale, and on the exhale we're going to rotate the foot as we rotate our torso. Exhaling on the rotation. And we're going to switch. Inhale, and on the exhale we'll rotate. Rotate. Nice, easy movement. Next, we're going to bend their knee and place their foot flat on the mat. So we encourage the motion with our legs. So just get a little bend here. Move the leg up like this. The foot is flat on the ground. And you want to move the heel as close to the gluteal as possible. And you're going to be sitting in a figure 4, so that your inside leg is bent and your outside leg is extended, so you have a nice broad base to work from. And this bent inside leg, you could place it on the dorsal or the top of their foot to stabilize the foot in the stretch so it doesn't slip. And we're going to take our fingers and intertwine them and place them above their knee. And we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, lean back so you can see the motion in the hip. And with every inhale, you lean forward and move your hand to another place on the leg, and on the exhale, you lean back. And you work down, and then back up. And one thing hopefully you'll notice is that when I lean back to create the movement, my arms are extended. You don't want to work like this, because then you're just using your muscle strength. If your arms are extended and you shift back, you're using all your body weight, and it's so much easier. Okay. So we work down and then back up. Now we're going to move the heel away from the gluteal and slip that foot underneath our bent leg. And then I'm going to curl my fingertips in between the gastroc heads. Okay, so the gastroc, the calf muscle, it has 2 heads. And they curve towards the center in the back. And where they meet, there's a lot of restriction. There's fascial binding there. But there's also a line of energy, a meridian that runs through there. So our fingertips are going to not only loosen the fascia, but are going to address and get that energy moving a little bit more clearly in that meridian. So my fingers are curling right in between the gastroc heads, right at the top, and we're simply going to lean back. And we're going to feel some nice, rather firm digital compression. Is that pressure okay?
Oh, little tight.
Little tight? Is that better?
Yeah.
You're going to take it all the way down. All the way down. And then to finish that, we're just going to do this squeezing here. So we're going to intertwine our fingers, and the palms of our hands are going to squeeze into the gastroc head. So just going to squeeze and pull the muscle away from the bone, create a little space. It was so tender, it just fell right away from the bone. So something like that. It's like pulled pork or whatever it is. Okay? So nice. And then this last part of this segment is that we're going to use our outside foot, the arch of our outside foot, to compress into the back of their legs, their hamstrings. And to do this, we're going to lift their leg, open, and place the arch of our foot on the back of the leg. So to make that happen, you got to turn your foot a little bit so that the arch of the foot goes right in the contour of the hamstring. And when you're seated like this, you want to be far enough away so that your leg is either straight or just a slight bend, because you get the motion by just leaning back. That pressure's okay? And you're going to work down.
How long do you hold each traction for? Like 1/1000 or?
I just do it with my breath.
Okay.
So, and then the next one. I move on the inhale and compress on the exhale.
Okay.
I'm working down. Now, when you start working down and you're about halfway, you see that your heel is headed for a potentially social, uncomfortable situation. Okay, so you have to change your foot position a little bit. So I would suggest just placing your foot flat on the ground and just letting the leg rest on the back of your toes. That way you can go further down onto the hamstring. Because the goal for this stretch, as we go further down, is to let your toes go right on the ischial tuberosities. Now, I don't know if you've studied hamstrings yet, but hamstrings, have you studied hamstrings yet? There's three muscles on the back of the leg, and they're called the hamstrings. And and when they contract, they bend your leg, the lower leg up at the knee. But they all have a point of common attachment at the ischial tuberosity. So we're going to try to place our toes right on that bony ledge, and then lean back and stretch. That really helps open up the pelvis and the hamstrings also. Plus, it could be dangerous, which is nice.
So how many times do you do that? And you did it twice, and you shifted your toes?
Yeah, I was trying to get on the ischial tuberosity, and I did do it twice, because I just feel like you need to do it more than once. Because because all three of the muscles attach there, and it's a little thicker there. The fascial connection is a little thicker, so I feel like I want to go in there a couple times at least. And then we repeat on the other side. Okay, you can push red button, Rudy.